a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Owen Farrell. Owen Andrew Farrell is an English professional rugby union player, currently playing for Aviva Premiership side Saracens. His father is Andy Farrell, who played both rugby league and rugby union for England. His preferred position is fly half, but he often plays at centre. Early life. Farrell was born Owen O'Loughlin on the 24th of September 1991 in Billinghire End, Greater Manchester. He began playing rugby league in his hometown at the age of 8 for Wigan St Patrick's. When his father Andy signed for Saracens in 2005, his family moved to Harpenden, where Owen, at the age of 13 or 14, was introduced to rugby union for the first time. Club career. Farrell held the record of youngest player ever to appear in English professional rugby union after playing for Saracens 11 days after his 17th birthday, in a 26-17 home defeat against Llanelli Scarlets in the EDF Energy Cup on the 5th of October 2008, until this record was broken in November 2009 by George Ford of Leicester Tigers. In the 2010-11 season, Farrell signed for Bedford Blues on loan. However, he returned to Saracens and was pivotal in the 2010-11 Aviva Premiership final, kicking 5 penalties and converting James Short's try, ending with a personal haul of 17 points in the 22-18 victory over reigning champions Leicester Tigers. In the 2014-15 season, Farrell won the Man of the Match award in the Premiership final, scoring a try and kicking a further 10 points. Saracens went on to win the final 28-16. The following season, Farrell won the Fans Player of the Season for Saracens, and kicked all 21 points against Tracing 92 in the 2016 European Rugby Champions Cup final, which Saracens won. He subsequently was awarded the Top Points Scorer award with 129 points scored in the tournament. In 2017, Farrell overtook Glenn Jackson as the Saracens' all-time leading points scorer, having scored 1,548 points in his career so far. In May 2017, Owen helped Saracens to a second successive European Champions Cup, and was named European Player of the Year. England. He was given his first call-up to the England Elite Player squad when Stuart Lancaster selected him in his squad for the 2012 Six Nations Championship. He made his debut on the 4th of February 2012 against Scotland, starting at inside centre next to his Saracens teammates Brad Barrett and Charlie Hodgson. He kicked 2 penalties and a conversion, but also missed 2 tough penalties from around 50 metres. His next match, against Italy, saw him produce a faultless kicking display, kicking 4 penalties and a conversion. In the next match, against Wales, Farrell played at fly half for the first time in an England shirt after Charlie Hodgson sustained a finger injury in the week leading up to the Wales game. Once again, his goal kicking was impressive, missing just 1 kick out of 5, but he was replaced by Toby Flood later in the game after appearing to injure his leg after a clearance kick. He then played against France and Ireland. Farrell kicked 12 in the Ireland game, only missing 1 conversion. He finished the competition with 63 points from 5 games. The 2012 Summer Tour of South Africa saw Farrell get selected again. He played all of the warm-up game against the Barbarians, and scored a respectable 17 points in a game that England won comfortably. Farrell again played all through the first match against South Africa, where England lost 22-17 in a tight game. He kicked all 4 of his penalties, but missed a conversion. He came on as a substitute in the second test. He scored no points and couldn't help England avoid defeat for a second time. Farrell had 2 spells on the pitch in the third test. He scored 2 penalties in a tight game that ended 14-14, twice attempting to score his first drop goal, but missing each time. He ended the series with 18 points from 3 appearances. Farrell played his first game in the autumn test series as a substitute and scored a conversion. On the 1st of December 2012, he started England's game against New Zealand and scored a total of 17 points in helping England to a record-breaking victory. It was their greatest ever margin of victory over the All Blacks. He was nominated for IRB Player of the Year, but lost out to the New Zealand standoff Dan Carter. Farrell started in the Calcutta Cup match against Scotland, only missing 1 kick in a near faultless display. He set up one try and assisted England to a strong start in their Six Nations campaign. He was also nominated the UB's Six Nations Man of the Match for his performance. After a break from English rugby due to the Lions tour, Farrell returned to England for the 2013 QBE Autumn Internationals. He played the full 80 minutes of the match against the Wallabies, kicking 2 penalties, 2 conversions and scoring his debut England try, breaking through a gap in the Australian line of defence and touching down under the posts. His try proved to be the deciding score, as England went on to win 2013. Farrell was ruled out of the entire Six Nations competition with a serious knee injury. However, after recovering from his injury, Farrell was picked to train in the England camp ahead of the England 2015 World Cup. He went on to start in England's first World Cup warm-up match on the 15th of August, against France, scoring 2 out of 3 conversions, and consequently helping England win the game 1914. Farrell was picked by Lancaster as one of 2 fly halves in the 31-man World Cup squad. Farrell came on as a replacement for George Ford in the opening match of the World Cup against Fiji, and played for the full 80 minutes in England's second 2015 World Cup match, a defeat by Wales, scoring 20 points. He subsequently kept his place to face Australia the following weekend, which game England went on to lose after Farrell was sin-binned in the 70th minute. In January 2016, after his fine displays for Saracens, Farrell was selected in the first squad of New England head coach Eddie Jones. With injuries to Henry Slade and Manu Tuilagi leaving few choices at inside centre, Farrell was selected at 12 in Jones's first 2 matches, away to Scotland and Italy respectively. He was selected as one of England's vice-captains for the Six Nations, along with Mike Brown and Billy Vunipola, under Dylan Hartley's captaincy. In the first 2 matches, Farrell contributed 22 points including a try against Italy, and assumed the captaincy when Hartley was substituted late on. Farrell went on to start at inside centre in all 5 of England's games during the Six Nations tournament, winning his first major international trophy as part of England's Grand Slam winning side. Farrell finished the tournament as the leading scorer, with 69 points, bringing his personal tally for England to 412, and making him the second highest points scorer in the history of the England national team, with only Johnny Wilkinson having scored more. In the summer of 2016, England embarked on a 3-match series in Australia. Farrell was initially picked to start at fly half for the first test. However, he was soon reverted to inside centre with Ford assuming the number 10 shirt. England would go on to win the series 3-0, with Farrell playing a pivotal role, being named man of the match in the 3rd test and scoring 66 points on tour. Owen was nominated for the 6-man shortlist for the 2016 World Player of the Year award for the second time in his career, alongside his Saracens teammates Billy Vunipola and Maro Itoje. Farrell played every game in the 2017 Six Nations Championship, and helped England retaining the Six Nations title despite missing out the Grand Slam after losing the final game to Ireland. British and Irish Lions. Farrell was selected as part of the British and Irish Lions squad for the 2013 tour to Australia. Farrell started for the Lions in Hong Kong on the 1st of June against the Barbarians, kicking 3 penalties and 3 conversions in a convincing 59-8 win for the Lions. In his second game against Western Force, Farrell started on the bench, came on in the 66th minute and scored a try with his first touch, helping the Lions towards a 69-17 win. He gained his first Lions Test cap, coming off the bench to replace Jonathan Sexton in the 1641 series decider. In April 2017, Farrell was named again as part of the Lions squad for the tour to New Zealand. He played a pivotal role in the series, starting in all 3 tests. The first test, which was a 30-15 loss to the Lions, had Farrell start at 10, while England teammate Ben Teo starting at 12. Farrell moved to 12 for the next 2 tests, with Teo dropping to the bench to accommodate Irish fly half Jonathan Sexton. Farrell did not miss a single penalty kick in the final match of the series, which allowed the Lions to draw the series with the All Blacks. Farrell also scored the most points of any player who went on tour with the Lions in 2017, scoring 45 points. Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Would you like